A short meditation. Let's relax the mind and the body. By taking few deep breaths, slowly keep moving away from work, people, past, even a gadget or a body discomfort might try to pull you, but you are the master of your mind and body. Let's act like a master and gently keep maneuvering the body to be still and the mind be ready to take a journey within. Let's say hello to the long lost and now found me, the soul. Check how the heart is feeling right now. Does it feel love for the self, or does it have any ill feelings? Is there anything in the heart that is preventing me from experiencing warmth, fragrance? A heart that is devoid of love is like a barren land where nothing can grow, nothing can sustain. There is no creativity, there is no hope, there is no enthusiasm. What causes the heart to become barren? It's when I, the soul, forget that I am responsible for showering love on myself and others. It is I, the soul. When I forget that I am the creator of love, it is I, the soul. When I forget that my eternal parent is the ocean of love, God, that is when my heart is dry. There is a drought, and then it starts looking around everywhere for drops of rainwater. It starts looking in the perishable relationships for love, in the social media for love, in the recognition, name, fame for love. It becomes a beggar, a slave, and a victim. I am a ruler, a master, a heir of God's love. I reignite the light of knowledge within me, and I start watering my heart with the right knowledgeful and powerful thoughts. I am a gushing river of love, and the more I give love to others, the more fertile my heart will become. A warm and fragrant heart manifests itself in the life as ever happy, ever joyful. Every object, gadget, relationship is perishable. The moment anybody leaves a body, the relationship ends. All jobs are perishable. Name, fame is perishable. I, the imperishable soul, cannot be fulfilled with perishable sources. I need to be connected to the only imperishable relationship. Whether I am in this body or some other body, my eternal parent will always remain God, the physical parents, the physical kids, everything changes. One thing that is unchangeable, imperishable, that is eternal, is my relationship with the Supreme Soul who is imperishable. So I thank you, God, for opening my eyes and showing me that relationships are for giving love like a master and not for taking and expecting love like a beggar. I am a master, almighty authority. Welcome everyone to Sustaining Kids with Love. Today is the last class, and today's class we will focus on cultivating cooperative parent-child relationship. Indeed, we would want cooperation, right? How beautiful does the family feel like when everybody is helping each other? There's always cooperation. You don't even have a doubt in your mind. Will the family say yes or no? Will they help or not? In fact, you don't even need to ask. Visualize such a family where everybody is stepping up, doing their part without even having to ask. Everybody is cooperating. Indeed, such a family is possible, completely within our reach. So let's talk about few things that will help us in bringing up this kind of relationship. So far we've been talking about the foundation of a happy family indeed is love. And this love, when it is very strong, then it automatically, we said it's not showing these four pillars as a foundation. You will see that you are respecting every member of the family inside out. You're constantly wanting them to empower them. You're not trying to take power from them. You're not dependent on them. So you make them independent, strong citizens. You will never have any excuse for not having time for them. Love enables us to find time, and you will do everything to give them happiness. These pillars we should keep checking. Every few days we should keep checking. In fact, daily we should check, did I make an excuse? Did I become dependent? Did I give happiness? Did I respect them inside out? And when the parent's heart is filled, they are taking care of themselves, right? There is only one source in this world, the spiritual source. Physical sources cannot give us emotional or spiritual gifts. And we are looking for love in social media, in physical bodies, in the name fame. It's not possible. The source is one. So when we connect to the Supreme Soul, who's our eternal parent, imperishable, this relationship can never break. Even when I change my body, soul's parent is one. Even our physical parents, remember just their parent. Everybody's parent is one. So when I, in Raj Yoga meditation, build my relationship with the Supreme Soul and my heart meter is getting fuller and fuller, you will automatically see that parenting has become so easy. You will not have any confusion of what should I say, what should I not say, will the kids listen, will they not listen. Every chore that you do, in fact your list of chores will increase because you will want to do a lot more for family. This has been my experience. You will want to do everything right when your heart is healthy. So if I want to leave you all with any kind of strong point is from this class is take care to keep your heart healthy. If we are not healthy, if we are not secured in love, then we cannot be the security blanket for our kids. We will try to take love and respect from them. So if we are the takers, we cannot be the givers. You either take or you either give. Love is not a business deal where, okay, they gave me so much, so I will also give back. That's a business deal. That's not family. That's work. That's literally getting business home. So it's very critical that the parents take out the time. And if you love your family, if you love yourself, you will take out the time. There is no excuse for not taking out the time. Reduce your gadget time, reduce your sleep time also, I would say, to some extent. 10 minutes anybody can take out. Start with 10 minutes and keep increasing, and you will see that you don't have to make any effort. Effortlessly all the chores for the family will be done with lot of love and care, and effortlessly love will flow from you to the kids without saying single time to your family members, I love you. People are using words, overusing words, because their hearts are empty, so they're trying to fill their mouth with beautiful words. Doesn't work. So today's class, like we said, we're going to focus on cooperation. So how do we build constant cooperation, right? And indeed, ultimate sign of parental love is no matter what the kid does, the parent's heart will say, I have to help and support. Doesn't matter whether the child listened, made one mistake, 10 mistakes, was disrespectful. A parent's ultimate sign of love is in no matter anything, they will always want to cooperate. So there are like these four things that are important to understand in cooperation. They are like combining energies here, right? There are multiple people involved and the energies are getting combined. Co-op, right? So there's like at least cooperating. So operation, but there are at least two or more people. So the energies are getting combined, but not only combined, there is one goal and purpose. Whatever is the child's goal, or whatever is the parent's goal, what is the purpose behind that goal, that intention, that objective? There is an alignment there. So these are like the important pillars, you can call them, or the blocks for cooperation. And being helpful automatically, when the two are cooperating, they are being helpful to each other. Now cooperation could also mean we are both cooperating towards a work, but I want to do it my way and I'm doing it my way, and I'm not trying to be helpful when you are doing it your way. That's not, again, cooperation. It's not really a teamwork anymore. And doing what is asked for. So sometimes kids might be doing certain things and they want our cooperation. There might be times where I am a little bit in two minds because I want them to do it in a certain way, or I don't want them to focus on that, but something else. But literally, can I do what the child is wanting me to do? Can I be helpful in their task, in their opinion, in their way of doing things? Can I align with my kids' goal and purpose? Obviously, we're not talking about something that is harmful or unsafe, but we are really talking about things. There are many things that the kids desire. Can I cooperate? So, really, joint effort with one focus, one goal, where we are trying to help each other, doing whatever is needed to meet that goal and purpose. That's when this This ground is ready, it is fertile. There's only going to be cooperation and only success. When such joint forces work together, that family is very, very successful. They're super content. So culting cooperation, there's two awarenesses that really help in the parent actually specifically developing this cooperative attitude. One is the awareness of the responsibilities. In the day to day life, many times we forget as a parent what is our top responsibility. We get caught up in small nitty gritty things, in our own work life balance, in our own body related issues, our own past, our own failures, and we forget. So it's good. Meditation is really a good mechanism to keep reminding ourselves what is important, what is the top priority, so that we never lose sight of what is critical for us and our kids, right? So, first one is it's my responsibility to give love and regard to my child. This is very important. Many times we give little bit, but we expect also for that energy to come back. If we as parent can kind of really deep down have this security, till we don't have that security, we will want from our kids. And indeed, we need to teach them to respect us and everyone. That is true. That's different. But when they are disrespectful, it will not hurt us. When will it not hurt us? When the parent is so full of regard for themselves, when the parent is so full of love for their own self, it's when we cannot respect ourselves. It's we when we cannot love ourselves, then we are looking for it. And when it doesn't come, we get very hurt. We might yell, we might bring them down, we might make them feel guilty. So this is important to remind that kids, they're literally that, the potter, when they make a pot, that soil, they have to literally keep molding and shaping till it becomes a beautiful pot. It's literally parents' job is that. And it takes time, it takes maneuvering, it takes a lot of patience. So when I am full of love and I remember constantly and have this faith that they will become someone who will respect everyone. Forget about just me. They will. But responsibility of giving love and regard is mine. And slowly the child will also learn and become responsible like me. Otherwise, when we start yelling at them, we are teaching them that if somebody is disrespectful, you should yell back at them. You should lose your dignity and yell back at them. We expect many times the kids to be wise and mature, instead of remembering that, hey, I am the parent. I'm supposed to be the wise one. I am supposed to be the mature one. So kids will, in many ways, sometimes when they're lying blatantly, it's immature. They're not even realizing that their mistake has been caught. So shows to some extent their innocence and foolishness. So many times we get upset, oh my gosh, so immature, so foolish. Indeed. Remember the wet mud that we need to shape up and make a beautiful pot. Whose responsibility it is to act wise and mature. Many times, as parents, we expect a lot from the kids. Indeed, we should. That's the end goal, to make them also wise and mature, to make them also someone who regards and loves everyone. That's our end goal for sure. But it doesn't happen day one, it takes time. Remember, child is a soul. Who knows what kind of sanskaras or the personality traits the child came with. It will take time for that trait to change. It's my responsibility to accept my kid They might have many weaknesses. The weaknesses could be keeping the room clumsy, not brushing in the night, not eating vegetables, whatever, many different things, always being on gadgets while eating dinner. They might have many weaknesses. Indeed, the intention of the parent has to be, and slowly we have to figure out ways to help them come out of it. But always keep checking inside. Am I having some kind of a dislike? Am I getting very angry that the kid is has these issues or weaknesses? See, when we want the weaknesses to be removed for their own good, then we don't get angry. All we will be is we'll feel mercy that I hope they get it and I hope they can change themselves. There is a lot of mercy and you're trying to help them if they want your help. But when it is not for their own good, but it is to satisfy your ego, which is, I'm telling you it is right, I'm telling you what is good, and you're not listening to me, I know better. That's when we get angry. So the ego generates expectation that, hey, I'm right, I know better, you better listen to me. And when they don't, we get angry and we can't accept them with their weaknesses. So love is a very, very strong component for change. And one of the things that I have realized in this path, not really in the context of a parent and child, but when you gain a lot of positive knowledge and you want to share it with your friends or relatives or even your family members because you're seeing them in trouble and agony, you're seeing them in sadness. But the thing is, many times we become very pushy and persistent because to us it's very clear. Why would you think like that? You're living such a foolish and depressing and victim kind of life. This is the way you should think. So to us, we have realized, but the other person's realization journey is different. Till they don't realize it on their own, transformation will not happen. And now, how will they realize it? I'm trying to tell through my words. They're not getting it. I try to tell them in 10 different ways. They're not getting it. So, with our kids, weaknesses, we might have used words and examples, compared them with their friends, told them what all bad will happen. See, that's not the way to really make the change happen. Yes, at once we can tell. But after that, with my lectures, I can help them realize not possible. And then worse, we start making them feel guilty by making them all kinds of, giving them all kinds of bad names. This will happen to you, that will happen to you. To see if they will realize if I make them feel guilty. Worse, they move away from it. The only thing that helps them realize in time is our love. Our love that I know one day you will get it. All my good wishes with you, that you realize your weakness and you change. But whatever you are in the current form, I love you. This much of cleansing should be there from inside. See how your kids start recognizing their weaknesses on their own. Their weaknesses, if they disturb me as a parent, means it's my ego trying to control them. Otherwise, I will only feel mercy, and that mercy will cause me to, in meditation, send them that power so that their weaknesses get removed. That's the heart of a merciful parent versus an egoistic one will get mad. And that's why that first slide is to fill our hearts with love. Then we will not be upset if they don't agree with us. And indeed, as a parent, I have to remember cooperation does not just mean always helping, cooperation means empowerment also. Right? I have to empower my child. So when sometimes I'm correcting them, that's cooperating in them becoming a better person. So, yes, I will discipline, but with a balance of humility and authority. Why humble? Because, well, I got to play the role of a parent. So I am humbled by it that you've been given to me as a I'm a trustee. You are a beautiful gift. So I'm humbled that I'm supposed to be taking care of you, the innocent one. But yet, I am the trustee who's been entrusted. So I'm going to use that authority to make you into even more prettier gift. So always have this thing, that this discipline. A lot of times as ego, I found your mistakes. Now I'll give you a lecture. See, I told you so. With that attitude, it never helps the child in realizing their mistake. Forget, if they've not realized it, they can never correct it either. Then cultivating cooperation, the other awareness that really helps is keeping the awareness of goals. What is the goal I have for my child? Many times we lose vision of that. Vision is not there, only that awareness is not there. Highly recommend each one of you. This is just randomly giving you some 4 objectives, not saying that this is the only objectives you should keep, but these are critical ones. Maybe quite a few of you would agree with these ones, but recommend that you all sit with yourself and think, what are the goals as a parent you want your child to meet? You want the child to be a well balanced adult, right? Who is good in everything, who's not heavy on just one side, but you want an overall development. And this all round development is what? Whether it is, whether it is taking care of themselves or playing or art or music or studies or whatever that might be, you're wanting everything for that child. And you want them to be independent and confident, right? Generally, this is one more thing that we generally as a parent want, that we want them to be independent. They are going to be an adult, and in today's world nobody lives with their parents. It's very rare, right? Very rare to see kids living with the parents. You want them to be strong, to be able to manage their life on their own, and it doesn't happen when they get to be 18. It has to start very early on. So true love, when I am cooperating, I should remember all of these things. Am I enabling my child to develop all of these things? When I remember that this is the goal, then I will cooperate, right? Because if we don't even keep the goal in our awareness, do I want them to be dependent or independent? If I don't have it in my awareness, who knows? I might be doing things, over cooperating, where they are supposed to do things. Oh no, I am, I'd rather get it done soon, so I will do everything for you. Or who will deal with talking and trying to convince you? I will do everything for you. So when we become over cooperating, we do everything for the kids, we don't let them learn the life skills or don't let them understand the consequences of some issues. Suppose they forget to do some homework or some project and then they remember very late. I'll sit and do everything for them rather than letting them bear the consequence. Especially in the early years when they are not that critical. We feel as if even elementary level grades, middle school level grades will matter. And when we fail to teach them these valuable lessons about consequences of your actions, letting them face it. And yes, as a parent, be there to support when they realize their mistake, not to leave them alone and suffer, but they need to go through these things. So this independence is a Very, very, we need to remember, otherwise, we'll be cooperating in the wrong way. So, just blind love or attachment kind of love is not cooperation. That is actually day by day making the child weak. If the child is only focusing on only on studies and nothing else, and I am also pushing my child only for that, they're not playing anything, they're not doing anything at all, not even letting them have fun. I'm actually constantly reminding them to take care, read more, study more, or not having any kind of little bit of free time. This is something that we need to check. And then a good citizen, typically most parents, we will want them to be very kind and affectionate towards everyone, help in general, mother nature, be part of the society, responsible citizens. So when I remember what I want, when that north star is ready, then cooperation becomes very easy, because what is okay, that's my goal. My child is this raw wet mud. I need to slowly and gently guide and maneuver and shape it up so that it becomes this, all of these beautiful things. So, very important to remember my responsibility as a parent, because cooperation stops when we expect them to be wise and mature, when we expect them to love us, respect us, when we expect them to not have any weaknesses, right? Then we stop cooperating. And when we are not clear, all we want is study, 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 career, 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 and everything else, or no, doesn't matter. In fact, we start instigating them. Like we create this competitive culture in them. What about your friends? How much did they get? Oh, they got better than you. What are you doing? You should have gotten better. Now, come on. What are we instigating? Will these kind of kids then be a good citizen who will be happy, who will be supportive? So that's why keeping in our awareness, what do I want from my kid? I need to help them reach that. So we'll take few different examples now to kind of see what is cooperation and what is not cooperation, right? So just a random examples here. Suppose you find out that your kids had a party behind you when you were not around, or you were around but they ended up messing up the whole house and they created a whole mess everywhere. What do you do? What do you do when kids make mistakes? Right? When we ourselves, this is basically where I'm not cooperating, I'm in constant conflict with my child, there's a lot of yelling and bickering. In this kind of immediate response of the parent will be reject immediately. Oh my gosh, so wrong, so incorrect, so bad. The behavior is this children, they will never change, and so on, right? Or a parent who's very attached or who's lazy. Could be anything, could be very lazy parent. Oh gosh, yeah, child, if I talk to them, they will yell, they will cry. Who wants to deal with the tantrums? I'll only clean up, I'll only do everything. That will be faster. So that's not at all cooperation. And after you get upset because you're seeing you rejected their behavior, you rejected the child, that the child is no good, they're so mean, or they are so self-centered, blah blah, all the thoughts went on, you will automatically start lecturing and yelling at the child, calling them names, that they have no manners, they have no sensitivity. Or you go on yourself will pick up all the mess. So this is not at all cooperation. This kind of lecturing and yelling does not bring about a permanent change in the child. The realization part in them that they are responsible kicks in when we only reject the behavior, but even that in a very powerful manner. So when we yell and then because of our anger, they get fearful and they clean up the mess, then there is just a temporary change. We have not helped them realize that this is not the way to keep the house. They will continue to do all of this when we are not around. So, love is that component that helps the child slowly on their own realize. And it also not only helps them realize, but it also gives them that energy. Love is that energy that enables them to give away their weakness. You need the power to give up weakness. And a child typically does not have that power yet. But the parent can give it through faith, through meditation, through their beautiful words. They can give them that love. And cooperation in this situation, real cooperation, not over cooperate or under cooperate, but the accurate cooperation in this would be accepted that kids are just being kids. So, what else would adults won't behave like this? They are kids. All right, it is indeed a huge mess. This cannot be going on every day like this. Absolutely not. And not only me, nobody will stand this kind of a behavior. So, yes, the behavior has been rejected, but the kid has been accepted because the kid is just being a kid. My responsibility to discipline them, my responsibility to stay mature and wise, my responsibility, even when they are behaving like maniacs or really self centered, rude kids, my responsibility to teach them always be respectful. When that kind of inner calm is there, when I'm laughing inside, oh my gosh, what the kids are, what all kinds of things they do, that's when I can coach them with a lot of empowerment. And then, indeed, as we start doing this kind of coaching, it's not a day's task. They might not change in a day or two, but their change will accelerate. This one does not bring about any change. It's just a temporary show off in front of the parent. It has brought about no change at all. But when our love and faith is maintained, the kids will certainly realize their weakness in time and they will remove it. Suppose a kid is failing, some decision that they chose, they went against their parents, most likely a teenager. And now they realize that whatever decision, they were so proud about it, so arrogant about it, they fought and fought, they didn't get it. Parent tried, everybody tried, they were stubborn. They took that decision and now they are seeing problems with it. The teenager also have a sense of ego where it is very hard for them to accept that they were wrong. So, what is parents' cooperation? Not at all a cooperation. Here, parent is not cooperating at all. When they tell the kid, I told you so. Now do you realize? Now do you realize that I'm always right? Now you're going to start listening to me? The moment I have said this child is already feeling very weak, is already feeling that ego has been killed and bruised. And now, if the parent tries to kill the already small ego, where does this child go? Is this cooperation? So, anytime telling the child, I told you not to do it, see, that really pricks them and it goes directly to their heart. It's like literally taking an arrow and putting it in their heart. We don't realize it. Obviously, if we realized it, we would never do it. But we don't realize in the heat of moment and we start saying things. And that is why it is good when we are not in the heat of the moment to learn these things and practice, educate our mind that, hey, we should never do this. And then the parent will be very, very angry. I told you and you didn't listen. Now look at the mess. Now what are we going to do? All the child is already feeling hopeless, is already very scared that I went against my parents. Now they're going to give me huge lectures. He's already very sad. Or there are other type of parents who will not get angry or frustrated, but they'll get very sad. They didn't listen. Now they are in such a mess. What will happen? I don't know what will happen to my child. See, life in general, we all know. They say, right, kabhi khushi, kabhi gum, which is, I would say this dialogue should change now. It is little bit of happiness and lot of sadness in this world right now. So everything keeps changing. Yes, it might look bad right now, but doesn't mean permanently it's going to be like this. But I, as a parent, if I'm too attached, oh, when my child is happy, I am happy. When my child is sad, I am sad. If I am that kind of logic, then I will be extremely sad. Then who's going to help this poor kid? Now, the parent also needs help, then who's going to help the kid? This is not at all cooperation. When the child is sad, I am sad is not cooperation. This is running away from the responsibility of making sure that the child feels hopeful, empowered. And yes, will not happen in a day or two. The situation might be so big that child will need multiple weeks of support or sometimes maybe multiple months. But when my support is constant, you will see how the child comes out of this whole mess very quickly. So when we use this kind of method in cooperation, where we are literally trying to make them feel bad or we ourselves are feeling bad, then this child feels very, very lonely and also very guilty, very, very guilty that they messed up. They messed up big time. In such a situation, what would the parent's responsibility be? What is real cooperation? Immediately, the thought should be nothing, doesn't matter. Life has presented this situation in the form of a gift. Beautiful, they will learn through this mistake, they will come out of it, we will figure out a way. How does that come? That thought process come when the parent has been practicing lot of has been reading lot of powerful knowledge. Because otherwise, if you only watch these movies and read these useless newspapers and blogs and social medias, useless ones, what will be there in the mind? All kinds of convoluted and illogical beliefs. We need to fill this conscious mind with such powerful knowledge. Then when we see a situation like this, immediately help. So when you see your child, you advised and you knew. So there is no this feeling of ego that when I told them, now they'll realize their mistake. That means there is no cooperation. There was only that ego that won and is feeling good now. When I am truly cooperating, even if my child went against in a stubborn manner, in a rude manner, I will still have compassion, humility, because it's my responsibility to make them the better citizen. Once a parent, always a parent. Parents' responsibility does not change. When we don't use any word to tell them, see, I told you, you should have listened to me. When we don't use any words and in our heart we only have faith and hope for them that they will learn, they will come out of it, they are strong, we are there if they need us. Such a child will learn such a valuable lesson that my best friend is my parent. My best coach and mentor is my parent. They know what is best for me. If I even fail, I went against them and they are still on my side. They will say, if I am in any trouble, only my parents can get me out of it. This is such a powerful incident to come close and make that bond so strong. But many times our ego causes us to go even far away from our kid. One more last thing. Kid is going through some kind of a tough phase in their life. Could be anything. Could be maybe their grades, or could be some issues with their friends. They're going through some low self esteem. Maybe they're not finding a job. Could be anything. They're going through some difficulty. What is cooperation and what is not cooperation? Not non cooperation. Agree with your child, indeed, life is very difficult. For you specifically, I don't know, your luck is really bad. Nothing seems to be going good for you. Everybody else seems to be doing well. I don't know when your life will change, when your luck will change. This is not cooperation. The child is feeling low, and I'm making them feel even more low. Cooperation means what? It's a very strong love, form of love, right? Love always uplifts. And then the child is feeling sad, depressed. I am also feeling the same energy. This is not cooperation. So, such a parent will find it very hard to guide the child to come out from the crisis. They will also feel like the child, my child's future is very dark. Nobody can save my child. It's really a bad luck. Whole life is going to be miserable. See, that's why it's so important to constantly remember the role that we are parents, we are the facilitators, we are the guides. We can't afford to get emotional like this. But if I am the parent who fills my apron only with kids' love, only with kids' attention, then yes, everything they are feeling will become my feeling. So, detachment is very, very important. If you are attached, you cannot help your child. Attachment will prevent you from looking at things in a far-sighted manner. Have that far-sightedness will not be there. True cooperation means you maintain faith that the child will be fine. Yes, they're going through a dark phase. It will pass. How, I don't know yet. But I cannot lose hope. It's my responsibility to maintain hope for my child. So, in whatever little ways we will encourage with a lot of patience, that don't expect day one they will change or day two they will change. But wherever they need our help, I am there. This kind of situation, meditation really helps. Each one of us is a soul, our auras are connected. We can send a lot of powerful wishes, especially in morning time between 2 to 5 a.m. in the morning is a very powerful environment where majority of the souls in the world around us are sleeping. So the vibrations are not very disturbed, because as soon as people get up, they're busy, they're stressed, they're anxious, they're fearful, they're jealous. So the whole vibrations also get polluted. So 2 to 5 a.m. is very powerful time. We call it Amrit Vela. That's the time we connect to God. That's the time I also send lot of good wishes to my family. I know each one of them, what is it that they need. Take it from the source, give it to everyone. Such a powerful service, such a powerful way to cooperate, helping them through our good wishes. And full faith that our positive energy will pull them out of the crisis. So, when we start maintaining true cooperation, you will see how the changes happen very quickly. With that, pretty much we come to the end of the series. Just wanted to show you a few things, and please look on your chat window for the links to this. We have an online Raj Yoga meditation course. Highly recommend. My life has changed for good when I practice this, coming up on March 13th. And tomorrow we are starting a new live meditation series, 10-day goal to reveal the authentic self. Very powerful 30 minutes of live guided meditation where there's a whole group of people. Every time the meditation is practiced in a group, connection is easy. A lot of energies are being, flowing around. So it's very easy to feel the power when we do it in a group. So, and it also builds a very good discipline and habit of everyday practicing meditation. So 7:30 starting tomorrow. And then we have Sister Shivani, a very, very strong orator. She has changed the life of so many people through her TV programs, webinars, and seminars and classes. She is joining us on the occasion of Shivratri on March 6th at 6 p.m. Please register for this Call of the Time Emerging New Me. And then we have next week new parenting series on instilling values in kids. And so this will start on next Sunday, and living values for kids every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. With that, pretty much we are all out of at least this series. Um, And any questions, I'm happy to take them. If you want to post them in the chat or Q&A, or also feel free to ask your questions by unmuting yourself. So all the recordings are there in the YouTube. So please feel free to go there on the YouTube. You'll see the playlist with Sustaining Kids with Love, and you should find everything there. So the way we sustain kids, it depends upon our personality for sure. So one of the questions here on the Q&A is always be positive and empower your child is what you recommend. What if your spouse overdoes? Um, so sometimes it's good for the kids to get a variety of options. Um, and it's good to talk it out with your partner if you can at a later time, but it's good for the child to get a variety sometimes. And if the child starts questioning, hey, dad is like this and mom is like this, or mom is like that and dad is like that, you can say, hey, yeah, you're getting a variety of different things, and they have this reason behind it, and this is what my reason is, and so on. So obviously you want to create a rosy picture, but best to talk it out with your partner when there's nobody around. Any other questions? All right. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, sister. This is Anamika. It's really a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Yes.
Yeah. All your sessions are really, really wonderful. It's not only one, this one, the earlier sessions. It was really, really inspiring for each and everyone. So thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
Thank you, Anamika Ben. My pleasure.
Yes, I want to second that. I've really enjoyed. This is my second series I've attended, and yeah, your sessions are really great. Thank you.
Yeah, knowledge at Brahma Kumaris is indeed very powerful. I think anybody who will start sharing it becomes very powerful. But no, thank you for your feedback. Appreciate it. There's one last question here on the Q&A. As teenager kids tend to talk less, how do get them to talk with parents? Very true, and especially if we have not, you know, it's different. Maybe we didn't get a chance to build that kind of relationship where we were talking, or maybe we had, and suddenly the teenager kid changed. One thing that, in general, what I have learned in my last few years is anything that you push for or you become very desperate for, or you're just becoming very restless that you want them to talk, you're doing everything right, wherever that is, that kind of energy is going, right, they won't change. Because anything that you try to control, whether it is through the right method, but inside there is a, see, I did everything right, now it should change, then it doesn't change. You keep doing your few little talks here and there, very casual, and during the night time, or during, see if they would want to take a walk or something, or just hang out with you and just sit. You keep doing and trying, and don't be discouraged. When you do it with this energy which is very relaxed, doesn't want anything, but wants them to talk so that they are light, not because you are on this mission to get them to talk, right? So when there is no mission, but just the intention is, if the kid starts talking, it will be good for them, it will help them to open up, right? When that is the intention, make it clear again and again, then your energy will be so relaxed that you will say few things, they don't respond, or they are snapping at you, you will not be hurt. And that will, that, man, this parent really wants to talk, is caring, I've not been nice, they're still caring, they will reciprocate. Lot of these things just take, you know, a little bit of faith and the right intention and energy. And all of this, again, I won't, I will stress on, meditation is that thing that enables you to remain relaxed. Somebody raised their hand, I can take one last question. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us at Brahma Kumaris, for the parenting series. And we hope to see you again. I will certainly send the link or to register for this new session again. I will send it in an email to all the folks who have registered for this course. I will send a link so that you will be able to sign up. I think the registration link should be up either today or tomorrow on our website. So yes, it's going to be a very powerful series on instilling values in our kids. We are coming up with a lot of good content for it. Our sister Kusum has a lot of ideas, and we as students are discussing. So hopefully we'll come up with again another powerful series. So see you all next week, hopefully, and have a wonderful week and happy parenting. Thank you for joining us.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om
Om Shanti,
Shanti.
sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti,
Om,
sister.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.